What is going on, guys? My name is Guan Yu, and today we're going to be talking about 4.9 patch on Smite, which is coming out for PC very soon and console sometime in the near future. Let's just say near future, it's probably safer to say that. Anyway, we're going to talk about the new god, some skins coming out, the new game mode which will come out in the next patch, and just in general data mining for the next patch in the future. But yeah, I'm going to start off with the new god. The new god is Daji, which looks amazing, and normally I don't main gods, I like to switch up a bit, play a bit of everything. But Daji looks actually pretty awesome. I'm going to tell you her moves. You got the passive Torture Blades. Daji's sharp claws cause her enemies to bleed when struck by her basic attacks. Bleed damage causes the enemy to take damage every 1 second for 2 seconds and can stack any number of times on the same target. The first ability for Daji is Horrible Burns. Daji heats up her claws, causing her next successful hit basic attack, well, they've worded that word, to burn the target, dealing instant bonus damage and additional damage for every 1 second for 3 seconds. Her second ability is called 1000 Cuts. Daji lashes out with her claws at nearby enemies, executing 4 strikes over 2 seconds that hit all enemies in range. These hits apply the bleed from the Torture Blades as well. While this ability is channeling, Daji gains increased movement speed, immunity to slows, and her tails mitigate damage dealt to her by enemies who are behind her. That sounds amazing. Her third ability is Spirit Link. Daji selects a single allied or enemy target and teleports to their location upon arriving at the target. She lashes out with her claws, dealing damage and applying the bleed from Torture Blades to all enemies around her. Her ultimate is called Peo Leo, or something along those lines. I don't want to get it wrong really, but Daji summons her signature torture device, the Peo Leo. Oh god, I hope I'm getting that right. As she hovers above the device, she gets 3 shots to fire chains at enemies below. Enemy gods hit by your shots take damage, become chained, and become slowed. At the end of her ability, chained enemies are pulled to the Peo Leo, becoming stunned and then taking additional damage of 3 ticks over 2 seconds. If a god hit by its ability becomes CC immune at any time, they break the chain on them. The Spirit Link is what I kind of wanted to talk about. It doesn't note this, but you can jump to allied and enemy minions. I'm pretty sure you can jump to enemy minions, but you can jump to jungle camps and actual creeps themselves. So I just wanted to add that there, even though it doesn't say that in the description. I've seen people play her in the PTS and stuff, and you can actually jump to minions as well, and it's a really good move. So as you all know by now, I like to be completely honest and say whether or not I do or do not like the skin, and whether or not I'm going to get it or not. So the first skin we're going to start off with is Stone Sentinel Camazots, and this is like a gargoyle kind of thing, which looks amazing, and I will be grabbing this, but it's going to be in a chest, so those people who don't like re-rolling chests and stuff to try and get skins, sucks for that. But I almost have every skin on the game because I spent way too much money on this game, but don't worry about that. Well, but if I get the chance to re-roll into this, I will definitely grab the Stone Sentinel Camazots because it looks absolutely amazing. I actually like the skin. And the skins recently they've been putting out is actually really good, so yeah, I'll be grabbing this. The next skin is Nebula Medusa, which does look pretty cool. They've been adding a lot of space things, and they put a lot of effort into this because they had to sort of remodel Medusa to make the space go through all of her snake body kind of thing. And it looks pretty awesome, but I have the Idusa skin, I have the Mermaid Medusa skin and all that sort of thing, so I don't know if I'll be picking this up. It is a straight buy. You don't have to go through a chest, you can just straight out buy this, but personally, I do like it, don't get me wrong, it does look good, but because I have the other skins, I probably won't be picking this one up. The next skin is called Shinobo Kuzenbo, which reminds me of let's just say Smite's terrible Mario Kart version of Mario Kart. It reminds me of a terrible TMNT version of actual Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't want to be too harsh, but it looks kind of cool, I guess. It's like a little Ninja Turtle, but it's just the fact of, I reckon the other one was better, the Honor-Bound Kuzenbo. I'm still waiting because I've data mined something, and it does say that good old Kuzenbo is going to be included in a gold vault with a skin at some point. So whether that's true or not, it may not be, but I'm going to give it a couple more patches to see whether or not that is true, and if it's not, I might grab the Honor-Bound Kuzenbo, which was previous patch, because that one looks pretty good and that's a straight buy. But the Shinobo Kuzenbo, I'm not too focused on that, but it does look good. Don't get me wrong, it does look good. If you like it, you grab it, but personally I probably won't be picking this one up. The next skin is Storm Raven Jingwei, which actually does look really nice. I think it's like a tier 2 skin or something, or tier 3. Does look really good. The abilities haven't changed, but the skin itself does look cool. Probably won't be picking this up due to the fact that I don't really play Jingwei, honestly. And I have her heavy metal skin or whatever, which looks kind of cool, I guess. But I don't really play Jingwei, so it's not a big rush for me to grab this skin. The next skin, and this is the last skin, it's not really, I don't know, can I say it's a skin? Yeah, whatever, it's a skin. Ganesh's Mastery skins come out, and they actually look pretty badass. I think I have, like, whilst I'm speaking right now, I have Ganesh, like, level 5 or 4 or something. His legendary diamond skins actually look really good, and for once, a gold skin looks pretty nice. So that's, you know, there's only a couple of gods I can say gold skin actually looks good on, and Ganesh is one of them. So that's pretty awesome. Moving on, we're now on emotes because the skins are over. The new emotes, Daji gets a clap, obviously, Daji gets a wave, and the Kamazots finally gets a dance. I haven't actually seen what this looks like, I don't think it's been shown, but he finally gets a dance, and that's going to be awesome to see. So item fixes and bug fixes, Stone of Binding fixed many banishes and slows not causing the passive to be applied. Reinforced Hammer fixed many slows not causing the passive to be applied. Bug fixes, Ganesha, the pillars fix Ganesh's ultimate not highlighting enemies near the corners of the ultimate's collision. Onto the new balancing system, players' experience levels have now changed. Decrease the amount of experience needed to go from level 1 to level 2 from 308 to 225 so you can hit level 2 like pretty quick. Increase the amount of experience needed to go from 2 to 3 from 363 to 430. And increase the amount of experience needed to go from 3 to 4 from 418 for 434. And this was mainly because it was really easy to snowball, if you know what snowballing is. But it was really easy to get some higher levels on people and basically just control the map, like from the very beginning. By 10 minutes of a conquest, oh, this is me just playing a casual conquest game, if by 10 minutes you'll probably be like 20 kills to like 4 deaths on either team. And that's pretty much how you know the game was going to end. Like by 10 minutes you could surrender, and you basically knew whether or not you were going to win by that point because of how bad someone had snowballed. And if no one had snowballed, it would be a miracle because like every game consisted of someone doing it. So, you know, that's going to make a slight change. It'll, you know, decrease the amount of snowballing somebody could do. The Gold Fury adjustments though have been changed as well. Increase base health from 2250 to 2550 and decrease base gold worth from 190 to 150. And this was mainly because, well, let's just say early game, people would go Gold Fury and it was quite weak and you could get a lot of gold from it, and it was just, there was a lot happening there and everyone would fight over it. So, Portal Demon adjustments, decrease the gold given from 150 to 100. And this again is just another huge snowballing thing where one team would have a lot of gold and the other wouldn't because they got little cheeky. I know you get the Gold Fury, you get the Bull Demon thing, but you know, it's just a little bit of adjustments to see if the snowballing can stop kind of thing. Well, they're going to attempt to stop it anyway. Anyway, moving on to item changes, Mark of the Vanguard, reduce passive flat damage, reduction from 5 to 4 because it's been used a shed load in the SPL, SCL, and just a lot in general really. Cronus Pendant, increased magical damage from 60 to 80. Right, so they buffed it but then nerfed the damage, and now they've just buffed the damage back up again. So now this item is actually going to be a really big pickup from this patch, and I reckon everyone's going to use it, honestly, on every mage. If anyone doesn't get this, they just obviously haven't read the patch notes, because this is going to be a ridiculous item at this point. Like, it really is. And if you don't grab Cronus Pendant and somebody does have it, you're going to feel it. Emerald Mail's been changed, health increased from 200 to 250, and this was mainly because they felt like going into this tree, if you didn't get the tier 3, you got the tier 2, it wouldn't be a big impact and you could get better items at this point. So hopefully this will be a big pickup now, a quicker pickup should I say. But Gauntlet of Thieves also reduced health from 400 to 350, and that's because everyone seems to use it, because it is a really good support item. They're thinking that if they reduce the health by 50, it probably won't be used as much. You are wrong, Hi-Rez. I will use that all the time. Stone of Foul, reduced cost from 2.8 to 2.7. Not a massive decrease on the gold, but it is a very good item, but people just don't seem to pick it up because it's really expensive. But yeah, it is really good now. It says, wait, do you know the high bus? But 2.9 gold, and then it says 2.8 gold. I don't know, I don't question you, Hi-Rez, but whether it was 2.9 or 2.8, it's now 2.7. And it is a very good item. If you know, people don't usually, because it's a newish item, people haven't really read what it does, and I read what it does, and obviously I grab it now and again. People still have no idea. Like, I have my friends asking me, oh, what does that do? And I'm like, oh, I'll explain. But yeah, it's a really good item, and I'm glad they're sort of reducing the cost because people might start picking that up a little bit more. Thousandfold Blade increased physical power from 15 to 20, so that's like into all the sort of swords going on. You got like Stonekind sword and all that sort of thing. That's going to be cheaper to get into, not cheaper, but better to get into because the increased physical power from it. Because it doesn't seem like the 1000-fold blade would do much, but now it will. Shifter's shield has had a change, and rather than reading out every specific little bit, basically when you're in defense form, you're going to have way more defense, and when you're in attack form, you can have way more attack. That's basically what they're getting across. But you can read that if you want. But basically that's what they said in the patch notes, is that they wanted to make it more of a huge little power when you need it, and then defense when you need it, rather than a bit of balance from both. Like they've made it quite well. I don't know, I think this change will actually affect it quite well. God changes. Sununos Shifter of Seasons decreased the physical power scaling on summer heat from 20% to 10, because why was it 20? Why was it 20%? Okay, and Bravo Blast increased cooldown from 13 to 15, so he won't be able to use it as much. So that's good, he's finally got enough. So Chongai next, also with enough, thank Christ, because, you know, these gods haven't been played enough. Oof. Alright, Moonlight Waltz increased cooldown from 20 all the way up to 12, to 20 all the way up to 14. And Moonflower Dance increased cooldown from 10 seconds to 12 seconds. So now she can't use her moves as much, because, you know, when you go against a Chongai, and I find on NA, by the way, a lot of NA people find that Chongai is a massive issue, whereas on EU, not as much. I don't know. It's a weird little pattern going on, but if you're going into an NA server and you listen to people, they're like, oh, Chongai, we've lost. So I'm glad they're sort of nerfing this Chongai, because, you know, a lot of people seem to have issues with it. Erling Shen increased base power from 38 to 39, and increased attack speed per level from 0.8 to 1. Now that doesn't seem like a lot, but Erling Shen really didn't need this buff. I feel like he didn't need it, although he hasn't been played that much in SPL, SCL, whatever. But he didn't need this, he's already good. But now that he's going to have this, expect him to be in the solo lane a lot, or some people play him support, I guess jungle, I don't know. Expect him everywhere, alright? He's going to be played, And his attack speed scaling is going to be ridiculous now. Guan Yu is back with a buff, by the looks of it. Increased physical power scaling from 50% to 60% on his Warrior's Will, and his I'm not even going to pronounce that, Tailu Assault. Increased duration of protection steals from 3 seconds, 3.5, 4, 4.5 and 5 seconds. Fair enough. So there's a little bit of a buff for Guan Yu. Don't know if people is going to start picking up again, but be on the lookout for that. Hades is having a slight buff slash nerf. His death from below is increased cooldowns from 12 to 14, so he can't go underground and pop up and do loads of damage like every second sort of thing. His Shroud of Darkness is decreased cooldown, that's his fear, from 15 to 11 to 14 to 10, all the way up there. But his Devour Souls decreased magical power scaling on the Detonate heal from 15% to 10%, and this is good because when they buffed Hades, everyone knew it was ridiculous, and to be fair, when you play against Hades very recently, he's been a joke, he honestly has been a joke, but now he's getting a slight nerf. But then his, you know, like I said, his Shroud of Darkness is getting a little bit of a buff, so it's kind of a bit of a balance in such a situation there, so that's good. Alright, so Odin's getting a buff. Jesus, right, okay, so something might... Oh, jeez, I think that's his Swinging Blade. Increased base damage from 35 all the way up to 95, from 45 to all the way up to 125. Also, the Might Swing thing, second swing, will now also slow. So, although Odin wasn't annoying enough, he's now getting a buff, so you're going to see him even more. Ooh, that's just what we wanted. Susano's finally getting another nerf. Whoop whoop. Why don't you just do what you did to Golden Bow and please take him out the fucking game? Like, I'm sorry for swearing, but Jesus Christ, he's so broken. I don't care. Reduced Typhoon Vortex strength from 115 to 88. See how much they've had to nerf this god. Imagine being one of those players who had to go against him when he was just fully out, and you had to play against him like every game. And this is why I'm so enraged about Susano, is because I was playing when he came out and people were bloody ridiculous with him, and even though he's had a nerf like almost every patch because they've realised how bloody annoying this god is, he's still very annoying, and I always have those thoughts in my head of previously fighting him when he first came out, and he was such an ass, and it was everyone who was an ass actually played Susano, and they were like the most toxic players you've ever met. Anyway, back onto the actual balancing thing. Reduced its Typhoon Vortex from 115 to 88. Reduced the strength, movement, speed penalty of targets affected by Typhoon from 40% to 10%. That's a big nerf, that's nice. Both these changes allow players to have faster movement and help them escape quicker from the pull of Typhoon. So, please, hopefully, this will be enough to stop him being bloody ridiculous. Although it's just basically the Typhoon getting nerfed, his one is still ridiculous. His first ability is just nah. With the Hydra's proc, with him being on the one, I don't know. He absolutely seems like he's just broken. He really is, and he just needs to be just taken out of the game. I'd love that. I actually hate Susano more than Loki's. I really do. I know people hate Loki so much, but Susano is probably just above that. Honestly, Susano's one of the most hated gods for me. Absolutely hated. I think that's all the patch notes, guys. But before you end this video, I do have some data mining for you, and I'm going to talk about the whole fact that Medusa obviously got a skin, Camzot's got a skin. I last talked about patch note, the data mining on the last patch notes I did. Aphrodite has still got a skin coming, so has Hercules, and so is Osiris. He's got the Dark Knight and the White Knight coming, but I've got some new information that Jingwei is getting also another skin, even though she just had another tier 2 or 3. But Jingwei will have another skin coming up. Daji will have another skin coming up, like a tier 2 in the future patch. Rama's getting a skin in the future patch. Ravana is getting a skin in the future patch. And Poseidon is also getting a future skin in the next patch. But I'm not saying future skin as in he's going to have a futuristic skin. I'm saying in the future, in the next patch probably, or the patch after that. We don't perfectly know, but we know that Poseidon, Ravana, Rama, Deji, and Jingwei, and Aphrodite, and Osiris, and Hercules, those are the gods that are going to next have skins. Now, I'm sorry if that ruined it for you, but, you know, I'm not telling you what the skins are, because I actually don't know what the skins are, but don't forget there's like a Dungeons and Dragons sort of event coming soon, which was like, they keep doing like the events, which is like the Mario Kart, and what did they have previously? Oh yeah, Capture the Flag, then it was like the Mario Kart ripoff. The next one's going to be like a Dungeons and Dragons thing. I think that'll be coming next patch maybe, I don't know, don't hold me to that. But that's when the Dark Knight and the White Knight for Osiris skins come out and all that sort of thing. But Hercules will get a skin when that comes out as well, because he's going to get a Knight skin included in the Adventure Bundle. That's what it's called. But yeah, so look out for those skins. That's part of the data mining. And I hope you enjoyed this patch notes, guys. I just tried to make it as quick as I could. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the background.